guys, welcome to Beware Awakening to 𝓍𝓬𝓐𝓐 Undertale, featuring our Whiscash and Regigigas combo, using his Ancient Wisdom ability to attach any 3 energy cards from a discard pile onto any one of our Pokemon, with our Area 0 Underdepths and Terapagos EX for us to extend our bench up to 8 Pokemons, allowing us to play this ability for our Whiscash, reattaching our Reversal energy onto this card for us to mill up to 9 or even 14 cards from our opponent's deck. With our Regidrago for the draw support with 4 Iono, 4 Cynthia's Ambition, 1 Bill's Analysis, 1 Colress's Tenacity, 1 Miriam, 1 Lana's Aid, 1 Morty's Conviction, and 1 Explorer's Guidance. We're also playing 2 Night Stretcher and 1 Raw to retrieve or recycle our Pokemon energies, 2 Switch with 1 Legacy, and 3 basic fighting energies. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. First game with Giga Undertale. Let's fight with Whiscash. It's a long time coming. Haven't played this card in a while. But now that we got Area 0 Underdepths, it gives us the freedom to attach energy onto our Whiscash using Regigigas. How cool is that? And they're playing Charizard EX with Arcanine. They got a Gengar deck sleeve for some reason. They're not playing Dusknoir though. So we got Cynthia and Explorer's Guidance in our hand. We're going to discard both Reversal for the first basic. I think we should get the Barboach first, because it needs to evolve. It's the only card that needs to evolve for this deck. We got a Morty from the top deck. That's a lot of supporter cards. We're going to play Explorer's Guidance first, hopefully discarding the right cards. We already discarded 2 reversals, so I'm not hoping for much. If we discard the Pokemon, we would have to shuffle them back with a Rod, or retrieve them with Lana at some point in the game. We got Miriam and 2 Stretcher as well. So I think we're fine. We got no Arven for this deck. First deck ever in a long time that we actually don't get to play Arven. I mean, don't have to play Arven. But yeah, we had to discard the Heavy Ball, unfortunately. So we got 2 more supporters in our hand. If they play Iono, we should be good, because we got a million supporter cards for this deck. And we are always drawing 6 cards though, whenever our opponent plays an Iono. Or when we play an Iono, that's why we have 4 copies of that supporter for this deck. Iono is the best for a mill deck, because it gives you a solid full 6 draw every time you play that card. They got no cards in their hand though. So if they do the knockout here, we can play Cynthia's Ambition, play out our cards, maybe do the Ultra Ball, draw a full 8 with the discard. I don't think we would be that lucky though, because if we top deck like a Stadium or something, we might have to keep it. If we discard the Stadium, we could be in trouble. We should maybe play Roseanne. Roseanne's backup. I don't think so, because it only gets you 1 Pokemon though. Roseanne gets you the Special Energy, which we don't need, because we are reattaching from the discard pile. It gets you the Tool card, which we don't have for this deck. We have no Tool card at all, so no Arven, hence no Arven. We have only the Stadium worth retrieving, worth recycling. So here comes the Regi bench. We should get the Terapagos at some point. Let's do it now. Morty is not going to help much for the next turn. So we might have to play the Regidrago. If they do the knockout, they got the switch. You never know if it's a research in your hand, or if they're going to top deck a supporter card. Let's get the Regigigas. We should get something else though, because if we have 2 copies, it would be more likely for us to draw it out with a supporter on the next turn. Let's just bench Registeel and do the first triple mill with Raging and Rocking. They actually got 2 Terra Pokemons in play as well, so that means they get to benefit from Area 0's effect and have 8 Pokemons on the bench, which basically just gives them more room for support. They don't have a basic though, no Pidgey or Bidoof. Okay, they attach the energy on the Charizard and pass the turn. So now we play the Iono because Morty's not good enough, unfortunately, for this turn. And we drew 6 cards, did not get the basic. We didn't get a single basic. We did get Stretcher for the Regice though. Can get back the Regice. To the Legacy, discard an extra card. Or we can just do switch here and start drawing with the Regidrago. I don't know which is the right move. We're only drawing 1 card though, I think. If we do that for Drago. We might as well do that because now they have 6 cards in their hand. They might just switch it to the Charizard and knock us out. So if we switch into the Regidrago, if they don't get the boss and the switch at the same time, they might not be able to take out our Whiscash on the next turn, giving us enough time to bench another Barboach, keeping the mill loop going. It's not a loop, but you get the point. So we drew 1 card, which apparently is the reversal. Let's hope they don't play Iono because the reversal would be at the bottom. And I don't think we're actually shuffling the deck much. We do have items to shuffle though. So hopefully that helps. So now the opponent needs to switch into the Charizard, right? For the knockout, they have to draw prizes fast enough before we get our Whiscash going. Regigigas is still not in play, unfortunately. We have no Artisan. We're not allowed to play Artisan because we need the Area Zero Stadium. So we only have 4 Nest Ball and 4 Ultra with 1 Aroma for the Regis. We have no Puffin for Barboach. So this deck is a bit tight, but we do have a lot of supporter cards to help us get the right cards. I wanted to play �12𝓬𝓐 so badly. �12𝓬𝓐 for the Regis, but it actually doesn't work. So �12𝓬𝓐 actually allows you to search your deck for any 3 basic Pokemon that has 120 or less HP and put it into your hand. And since all the Regis have 130 HP, since they have that extra 10 HP, we're not allowed to play �12𝓬𝓐 to search for them. 3 basic Pokemons though. 3 basic would be so perfect. Oh well. What a shame. I don't see the value in �12𝓬𝓐. I don't see the value of them creating such a weak card. But oh well. I think maybe we could go Paldean Student for Regis once the mixer comes out, you know, the mixer, but by then rotation might have already arrived, and you know, Regis might be rotated. You never know what's gonna happen. So but if we have the mixer, we can actually discard our energies along with the Paldean Student, a couple copies of the Paldean Student, to basically search for more of our non-rule box Pokemon and put them into play. Which wouldn't be that bad of a strategy, but I feel like Paldean Student is not good enough. You would need a lot more switches for the Regidraw, because if you just play the supporter for the basics, we have Bill's analysis though. But the thing about Paldean Student is that you are forced to play 4 copies. You can't just play a one-off. If you have 4 copies in the deck, it would probably show up way too early, so that's the thing. You need more Ultra Balls, need more like vessels, way to discard from your hand. It becomes a bit more problematic if you have like 2 or 3 copies early game. So there's always an issue, there's always problems to solve. This game is not easy, as we all know. And here comes the supreme discard with our Ancient Wisdom and Whiscash combo. We got the Legacy and 2 more reversals from the deck, from the discard pile, attached to our Whiscash. And now we're going to play Miriam, shuffle back our basics, prepare for the next turn if they play a Stadium card, or do a boss knockout on our Terapagos. And we're discarding 15 energies from the top deck. Sorry, 13 energies, my bad. So it's checkmate. They got no more turns. If they knock out the Whiscash, we got another one. If they knock out the Terapagos, they don't have enough prize to win the game. Their only hope is to play the Stadium card. Right? Obviously, doing a boss on the Terapagos is a lot better, because that allows them to take the extra prize while cutting our bench, forcing us to do everything all over again. If they do that though, if they boss the Terapagos, then we can attack with the Whiscash, the same Whiscash, and then we can mill another 13 cards. So they would have to rot back a lot of energies, a lot of Pokemons, for them to survive the next turn, which I don't think is possible. They're actually playing Lugia V-Star for the Bibarel support, because if they discard with the research, if they have like Lugia instead of Bidoof early game, they can search for the evolution and then play the research to discard their Bibarel, basically summoning from the discard pile their draw support, which is an interesting strategy. Not sure how effective, but definitely a very unique way of playing Charizard. Another game with Giga Undertale.